welcome back to the farm. Calves are still on whole milk at the moment. They're getting about 4 litres each feeding, and they'll continue this for the next 10 days to 2 weeks before we move them onto milk replacer. Just after the breakfast there. For this week's video, I'm going to talk to our calf facilities that we have here on the farm. I'm going to show you how we feed the calves, what we're going to use. Are we going using whole milk, or are we going to use a milk replacer? What sort of milk replacer are we looking for? We're also using precision microbes, so I'll talk you through that as well. Yeah, just a basic rundown on our calf facilities here on the farm. And yeah, let's close this door because there's a bit of a breeze there today. At least it's some bit dry, but I think there's rain over later on this evening, and I think there's hard frost for the weekend. So is that good or bad? I don't know. So our calf facilities, this was built in 2008, so what that makes it 18 years old, which is crazy to think that it's that old. I remember putting it up with my dad. I remember doing the sheet and doing the concrete work. But to think it's 18 years old is definitely bonkers. My dad had done the drawings, the planning. He did all the metal work, the steel work, the steel fabrication, the welding, the cutting. We did all the concrete work ourselves. You can see there. I'll just bring you over here to the wall. You can see all the walls. There are actually 6'2" shutters. My dad purchased the shutters from a man up in Clare, and yeah, we just started building our sheds then. A lot of hard work, a lot of long hours, but well worth it back then. We obviously, for the big pours, we had help in, which was well needed as well. So the calves have a dry area here, and that is kept up with a lintel, concrete lintel there. I'll show you. So that concrete lintel used to be timber, and it was just sitting on the ground. We didn't like the drainage that was coming off it, so we swapped that to concrete lintel, and we had the concrete lintel on the ground. Still weren't happy with the drainage that was happening there, so we raised it an inch, and we found after a while the bottom of the bed, which gets I suppose moist and compacted, the soakage wasn't there. And there wasn't as much seepage going down here, so we've raised it 2 inches now, and we're fairly happy with that. We clean out their pins, I would say once a month when they're young, and then when they get that bit older, that progresses to every 2 weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks. We store the straw up here, and Dad crafted a bit of like a scaffolding rig that sits on top. You just see there's one of the brackets sits on top here, and you can just throw your loose straw up there. We were all square bales, big square bales to start, but we found that getting good quality square bales was a bit of a challenge. So we moved to small square bales, and the small square bales will be going up to that height, and you just pull them down as you're using them. But it was just, it was just too awkward. And you see there, look at them. And we put these burn ends up there about 3 or 4 years ago. We thought it would keep up with the starlings, but they found every way possible to come into the shed. But luckily enough, we have it more properly sealed from now on. We have this side burn net as well. I must finish off side sheeting there. It's just we were doing a bit of work on it. But anyway, you see this channel here. So this channel is where the calves normally drink. You just hang the troughs up there in the gate, and that channel leads out to the power washing. So if you're doing any cleaning of the trucks, or if there's a spillage of milk or anything like that, that it's not sitting on the ground, it's going straight out to the tank. There's no issues there. It makes it easy for clean, so you can easily just give this a rub with the hand scraper, and all your dirt and your urine and all that goes straight down into the drain, straight into the power washing tank. We use the JFC milk cart. Got that off Barnes Agri Trading, what was it, 2-3 years ago. Once you keep the battery in check and keep it nice and clean, it's been a winner. It's really taken the workload off the father who does all the caffeine here. He is mama bear on the farm for rearing calves. He's been at it 50 years, so he knows what he's doing. Yeah. What else? So we have single pins here. So we have single pins over here. I'll just walk you over. So single pins here for young calves or sick calves. There's only 3 of them. We don't tend to like using single pins. Just for a reason, it's just not convenient. Trying to go into the calf in a single pin is quite awkward for us. That's what we feel. So we have these bigger, larger pins, which you can put maybe 2 calves in, or this pin here, where you can put 4, where we have our feed trough stored. So you can put it in there. It's easy to go in there. You're feeding 4 calves once or 2 calves once. Just makes it a lot easier, a lot less labor intensive. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe it does. And also, these timbers, they can hold bacteria. So you really do have to give them a good power wash and good disinfectant every time. And with the multi-pins here, it just makes that workload a lot less. So right next door we have the parlour. So at the other side of this wall we have the parlour, and that's the dump line comes out. And it comes out this pipe, and we just have a simple screw-on system here. This should have been done after milking. And that's where the milk JFC cart goes there. Dump line pumps into the JFC cart, and we can feed these little lads in. We have 2 electronic heaters. For those wondering, I find this one, the Kerbal Superheat. We use this in the JFC milk cart, and it can heat up about 150-170 litres of milk, no problem. This blue one, that is, if I can just see the model there, I don't know, Lister, is it? Lister? I find it a lot easier to clean. The stainless steel, this one is an absolute bastard to clean. But this stainless steel one is easier to clean, but doesn't have the same, I would say, capacity to heat milk. No, it may be just that I don't have long enough. But that one, it would have the 150-170 litres heated in 15-20 minutes, where this one would probably be half an hour. But yeah, look, we have 2 of them, just one for a backup, or if you want to use it for beastons or anything like that, because it's obviously a lot easier to clean, and you'll only be heating up a small few litres of beastons every time. Now, the beauty of the father's planning for the location of the calving facilities has made this quite a sealed environment. Even though it's quite open at the far sides, there's only this gable here behind me, which is external. So the parlour kind of shields it from the elements, and the lower shade here, which is the loose shade and machinery shade, shields it from the elements, but also still allows a lot of airflow through the shade, reducing your risk of, I suppose, pneumonia and other sort of diseases and viruses building up in the shade. Now, the big question this year is, do we use whole milk or milk replacer? For the last 3 years, I have used Buey Heifer milk replacer from Barnes Agri Trading. I have found it very good, very well priced. Off the top of my head, I think it's like 26 protein, 18% fat. I'll get a bag there and I'll show you the ingredients. I can't for the life of me remember the ingredients, but I've got it last 3 or 4 years, or sorry, 2 or 3 years, and I have found it very, very good. I use precision microbes with it, and like that, if something's not broken, why change it or why fix it? So that is one area I am looking at, seeing what are the costs involved. So for a bag of milk replacer, it's, I think it's 52 or 53 euro. And that 52 or 53 euro is equating to about 32 cents per litre. That 32 cents per litre is thereabouts what we be getting for a milk or milk price or milk per litre. So do I go for the whole milk or do I go for the milk replacer? That is something I have to really knuckle down on. Obviously the whole milk probably would save me money, but will the milk replacer give the calves a more consistent feed where you know what's going into them, you know you can feed at any time as well. You're not trying to heat milk, you can start making your milk replacer before that. So this is the milk replacer product that I'm using. It is Buin milk replacer, and you can just give a quick look at that. So you have 26 protein, 20 crude fat, and we'll keep going on here. So you have 30% is skimmed milk powder, the rest is whey powder. Now that's one thing where it gets this fat from palm and coconut, palm oil and coconut oil. If that was more milk-based fats, I probably would rate this a lot more than what I do. But I've used it the last 2-3 years. Happy enough with the quality that it puts on the calves. And yeah, so we'll feed it about 150 grams to the litre. So each calf will be getting, what's that? Nearly 600 grams. Yeah, 600. Yeah, am I right? 600 grams. Let's see. Where is it here? Yeah. So yeah, they're probably getting 600 grams feeding. So they'll be getting 1.2 kilos of this a day. For the first 10 days to 2 weeks, all calves get whole milk, and then we transition them over to the milk replacer. Well, heifer calves, the milk replacer. The beef stock will stay on the whole milk as long as we have whole milk to give them. If not, they will also go on to milk replacer. I have no idea how this happened. What? We'll get her in, get it cleaned up. She must have caught it somewhere. Come on in. Come on. Come on. Good girl. I think I'm going to leave the video here. So if you did like the content, please like and subscribe. And we will see you next week. Thanks for watching.